Hello, dear ones. This is Heidi Hancock with Double Magenta Intuitive Energy Healing, and this is your soul message for April 2020. What a time. There's so much to say. I'm going to try to wrap it up cohesively here, but there's so many themes. The major one being burning karma. That's what I'm titling this month. We are in the cauldron of fire. Everyone is sequestered at home. We are all stuck with ourselves, and we're getting an opportunity to cook. And we're cooking out all the karma. We're cooking out all of the things that no longer serve us. We're getting an opportunity to see how we have been getting in our own way. What things have we been keeping from ourselves and from the world? We're in this new space of like no fucks given. Like everyone is just doing what they love, who they are, giving their gifts, dealing with all of their technology, learning curves, and just going out and doing it. It's like I've been doing Instagram lives in my pajamas, no makeup, no, who cares? Like, you know, it's like we can't even, it doesn't even matter anymore. We just have to let the flow of energy move through us and get out of us and burn everything away. And when I was thinking about this burning karmas thing, I kept getting this image of a person walking along holding two suitcases. And it's like we've been carrying this heavy, heavy karma that isn't even ours. It was given to us by society. It was given to us by our parents. It was given to them by their parents. It goes all the way down, right? And we are having an opportunity right now to let these karmic suitcases burn and dissolve. And when they are dissolved, suddenly our hands are free to play, to sing, to dance, to write music, to write poetry, to connect with our friends, to hug each other, to give and receive love. It's the beautiful gift of our arms are the extension of our heart. They're what we use to give what is on our heart, and all of that is going to be free. The next thing I want to talk about is this metaphor of the lighthouse. So I've been given this by my guides many times. It's shown up in readings for people. It's shown up in readings for myself. We are like lighthouses, and we have a light. It's as if the light is above us and it moves in 360. So when our light is shining out, we're aware that we have light, that we can shine our light on others, that others can shine their light on us, and we feel and receive that, right? When the light is moving out in front of us, we can see it clearly. We can see our own light. We know who we are. It's easier to know who we are, to be intimate with ourselves. When the light goes back behind us, it's still shining, but we can't see it. So we have these moments of forgetting. And that's when we need someone else to shine their light on us. We need to be reminded who we are. Right now, our sweet Mother Earth in all of this challenge is asking us to drop our awareness from here, from the head, to noticing how the light moves and bringing the light down inside. We're being asked the question, who actually lives in the lighthouse? Who is maintaining the lighthouse? Who's cleaning it? Who's caring for it? Where is the energy coming from, right? That place inside, that's where the light is generated for here, right? From the head to the heart, from the heart to the head, right? So there's this channel. But inside the lighthouse, our connection with our spirit, and down into the earth, our connection with Mother Earth, Father Sky, our connection with Spirit, God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, that comes up from our feet. It moves from our heart up to power the lighthouse. We have to be connected with the maintenance of our lighthouse. Who is in there, and how do we become one with that energy, instead of thinking that our light is only here. It's only about what we do out in the world. No, it's about who we are in here. That's what we're being called to remember. The other thing is creativity and play is just coming online crazy. I've started doing an art practice every day that I got turned on to by Kim Kranz, who is the creator of the Wild Unknown Tarot series. So if you want to follow her, go to Instagram, Kim Kranz, or look for the Wild Unknown. She's been doing Instagram lives of collage projects and this whole archetypal way that she does art. It's amazing. I've been posting on my Instagram. You can look at that too, but it's so much fun. And here's the thing is like, we're sequestered. And so there's this sense of boredom that comes up because we're not able to move in the way that we normally were. What happens when children are bored? They create. They make beautiful things in the world. And that's what we are doing right now. I keep laughing because I'm like, out of this crisis, out of this tragedy is going to come a whole bunch of children, a whole bunch of divorce, and a whole bunch of new creative projects, because people are going to be sitting there with their selves going, okay, yeah, this marriage isn't really working, or this choice that I made isn't really working. Okay, yeah, it is really working, and I'm making a baby. And also all the creative projects that are being made, right? Like, this is just going to be the most wild time to come out of and see, you know, what's going on. The other thing I want to talk about, which I just had this total aha moment about. So a friend of mine is a nurse, and she's been talking to me about what's happening in her hospital and, you know, keeping me abreast of all the things that are happening there. And she was explaining to me about the coronavirus and what it does and how it's actually causing death in people when it does. And she was saying that it's an infection in the lungs. And so it's like the lungs fill up with so much fluid that the airway actually gets blocked off. And so when people are passing away from this, and I don't mean to make light of it at all, like, of course, this is a very serious thing, but I'm trying to look at the light and the metaphor and keep us going and focused on, you know, the bigger and larger picture. When it gets to that point where it's cutting off the airway and people are dying from that, it's because they're being suffocated by their own lungs. Here's the thing. Grief is stored in the lungs. So when I heard that, I had this massive opening and realized, oh, we are all purging and coughing up the phlegm of grief that we have been carrying around forever. It's like, you know, we've all been taught to push down all of our feelings, and it's like a beach ball that gets shoved underneath the water in the pool, and it can only go there for so long before it flies up, right? And that's what's happening now. All of the grief is coming up. So I want to also make sure to let people know, if you have not heard this, or you are feeling like, oh my gosh, I'm a crazy emotional mess. I'm up one day, down the next. I'm sleeping a ton. I'm crying all the time. Why am I crying? Because we are all processing this massive collective grief. The grief of the loss of our innocence from childhood, the grief of the life that we're living that is in no way what we expected when we were young children, the grief of shoving our light away and going with the status quo and not living according to our own individual, unique, beautiful souls. So we're all purging that crying and laughter and sweating and breath. They're all ways to move grief. Sleeping is so important. Sometimes the heaviness of our grief, you know, think about when you're going through a breakup or some, you know, the loss of a friend. There's so much grief that comes up. Your brain can't actually process it. So you have to go to sleep to help integrate it and process it in your body. So, you know, I just want to hold space for, yes, this is a wild and crazy time, and there's a lot of grief, and there's a lot of heartache, and there's a lot of moving, but there's also a lot of beauty happening here, because we're all getting this opportunity to sit and be in this space of living in a different way. And after this, I cannot foresee that we're going to go back to living the way that we were, because there's just, even though we're physically restricted, there's so much freedom that we're getting out of having our own schedules, doing things the way we want, tuning into it, reconnecting to friends that we haven't talked to for ages, but now it seems really important to connect. Recognizing that maybe people that you talk to every day aren't even people that you want to talk to, but there's other people that you do. All of that is so important to pay attention to right now. So it's just wild and crazy. And also be so gentle with yourself, because we really are processing a lot of grief. And for those of us that have been personally affected, I just send you so much love, and thank you so much for all the healthcare workers and all of the necessary businesses that are staying open. We thank you so much for your service. And, every day at 7 o'clock here, you can hear people banging pots and pans for all of the healthcare workers and all of the necessary workers that are out there doing the work that they are doing. So there's so many things that I could offer this month as far as suggestions go. I'm just going to list 4. So 1 is create. Get into your creative body as much as you can. So when I was talking about that lighthouse and the connection with spirit and our inner guides and our inner wisdom, that is accessed through this sense of creativity. I mean, of course, there's many ways to access it, but creativity is just a huge one. It's tuning into our intuition. It's tuning into our guides. It's tuning into the unseen world. And I highly encourage you to check out Kim Kranz's Instagram feed and just watch what she's doing, because she really is helping us. It's like shamanic art. It has this way, it's very energy healing. It's like pulling tarot or something, because you're pulling blind images out of magazines that you've pulled on the table, and you're asking what to be seen and what to be shown. So there's that. Music could not be a better mood adjuster. And also just helping us move our body and get everything out, right? One of the major things that we have to focus on is getting out of our body this grief. So whatever you can do, I talked about it in my blog that you can read that accompanies this on my website. Do whatever you can to move the energy. Scream in a pillow, scream in the forest, punch the couch, break dishes, whatever you need to do. I one of the things I said, it was so funny, it came to me when I was writing, is cutting your clothes all up into tiny little bits, whatever, cut your hair, shave your hair, whatever it is that you need to do to move the energy that isn't you anymore. Let it go. The third thing, connecting with people. I mean, it's happening naturally anyways. Everyone is like sequestered in their home, so it's like there's more connection going on, but make it a priority. I was hosting a women's circle in person once a month, and I decided to take it online. It was sold out in 24 hours. I added a second one just for the people that wanted to be on the wait list, and that's already half full. So if you're interested in that, you can go to my website, devilmagenta.com/events. I'm probably going to end up doing one once a week, but right now there's April 16th. There's 1 spot left. Somebody just had to change. And there's a few spots left on April 23rd. So you can check that out. And then there's 2 other dates on my website. Those were 4 in-person events that probably won't happen. I'm thinking about taking it on once a week, and then I'm going to add an ecstatic dance. So stay tuned for that. You can get on my newsletter to find out more about that. And healing could not be a better time to do energy healing, astrology, tarot, pranic healing, Reiki, tuning forks, whatever it is that you're into. Of course, I offer channel writing. They're called spirit readings. I offer intuitive energy healing, which is a combination of channeled messages and also energy healing work for your body. So that's available. I do Reiki. All of it is available distance. So you can look into that. But if none of that calls, do what does call. It doesn't even matter. Yoga, anything. Healing. Spend this time. We have the time now, right? And this is also what's so challenging, is we've been so distracted by our lives and so distracted by the hamster wheel of the 9 to 5, Monday through Friday, thing. And all of our focus and attention has been outside. Now it's coming inside. We have the time to process all of the grief. And let me tell you, when I quit my job 2.5 years ago, I don't think I ever cried more than I did the first year. And it was because I finally slowed down and had time to process all the stuff that had been in my life that I hadn't been paying attention to. So there we go. I could go on and on, but that's where we're going to end for now. For the song for today, for the chant, we're going to chant to Kali. She is the goddess of darkness, goddess of death, the Hindu goddess. And I brought a picture because my husband drew this for me for Valentine's. So you can kind of get a glimpse of what she looks like It's too big to show here, and it's reflecting. But she has a necklace of skulls. She has a bracelet or a belt of human arms. She carries this hatchet that you can see. She has blood dripping from her tongue. Look her up. She is here. She is fierce. She is guiding us right now. She is who we're going to sing to. So the song for this month is Kali Ma, Durga Mata, Shri Ma, Jai Ma, JJ Ma. And one of my teachers translated as, I pay honor and respect to the female energy in all its forms, the giving, the loving, and the fierce. I feel protected and loved in the Divine Mother's arms. This is what's going on. You know, Mother Earth is breaking us down to break us open. So as much as you can, tune into the energy of that and the releasing and the receiving that is also available in this moment. When Kali comes in and slices her sword, she's doing so because she's creating boundaries. She's creating that fierce energy of no fucks given. Like, we have to take control of our lives, take control of the energy that you're putting in the world and how you're living your life. And is this the way that you want to be living? And allow yourself to be with all of that. So we'll chant that. And this is not a song that I play that often because Kali is not somebody you want to mess with if that's not the energy that you really want to call in. But right now, she is here already. We need her help. And so you want to think about this when we're chanting and you're bringing her in, is like, we want her right now to come in and clear this space, you know, and gut all that is not serving us anymore. Get rid of it once and for all. So we want to bring her in to clear that space and dress the wound. We'll probably be dressing the wound next month, but right now, let's just work on bringing her in. Okay, So there's a little preview. I'll do some Instagram lives with this song and you can get it in your system a little bit more. Blessings to all of you out there. I know this is a wild and crazy and scary time, but also just focus as much as you can on the beauty because it is there. People are already just busting out the door. So many of my friends are entrepreneurs and they're just coming up with new offerings and moving things like crazy right now because people are there and listening and need the support. So it's out there. Look for it. You can find me on Facebook, my website, Instagram, and I'll be in touch. Take care, and I'll see you next month. Namaste.